Today I'm going to be talking to you about the formation of soccer clubs in the English Premier League. This is a video of Wayne Rooney scoring a bicycle kick in 2011 against Manchester City. And it's videos like these that make me the soccer fan that I am today. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the sound, but here's the video. It's much better with sound. So right there, that's when he scores the bicycle kick. And I was going crazy when I was watching it. However, this is by far one of the greatest goals in soccer history. And it's players like these, Wayne Rooney, who that made me fall in love with the Premier League. Many of us growing up were put into soccer leagues, whether we liked it or not. And although I actually enjoyed playing soccer, coming to understand the economics and the systems of the Premier League opened like an entire new world of soccer that I did not know before. The Premier League is a 131-year-old English soccer league, and it is the most competitive soccer league in the world. As Combs glosses over in his 2012 Sports Journal and England's Barclays Premier League, this league worked extremely hard for its world-class status. Clubs in the Premier League are formed through their complex academies, through the transfer market, and through player market value. And in order to efficiently explain these points, I'm going to be focusing on my favorite team, Manchester United, which is like this jersey right here. So the academies in the Premier League are special training systems that every club in the Premier League has. And academies hold every year tryouts where players are scouted, and if they are good enough, they are sent to the academies. Holder states in his 2005 Life at a Football Academy that the ages of these academy players range from 9 to 16. And once a player turns 16, this is the year that they graduate. And when they graduate, they are reevaluated to see if they are fit to continue in the club and play at higher levels of soccer. And if they're good enough to play at higher levels of soccer, they're being constantly reevaluated for first team potential to play in the starting 11 in the actual English Premier League. Ford explains in the developmental activities of elite soccer players that when one makes a first team, basically all the work they've put in their entire life has paid off. And for examples, these are 4 players that came out of Manchester United's academy and currently play for the first team. You have Scott McTominay, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, and Andres Pereira. Teams are made up of academy grads like these, and they're also made up of players that clubs purchase from the transfer market. The transfer market is where all professional English teams can either sell, buy, trade, or loan soccer players. The Economics of Football, written by Dobson and Goddard in 2001, explains how there are two times in every year where the transfer market is active. You have the summer transfer window, which takes place in the months of June, July, and August every year. And you have the January transfer window, which takes place in the month of January. Ruthven The market, okay, sorry. The market value and the determination of players' salaries in the market value and the determination of players' salaries is quite obviously based on a player's statistics. Things like goals, assists, pass success, and tackle success rate all have an immense influence on a player's market value and eventually their salary. Ruthven reviews in his 2019 inflated transfer market is giving Prem kids a chance that there is a market value and a salary. And the reason I say this is because there is a big difference between market value and salary. For example, Harry Maguire, who you can see in the top left corner, was purchased this summer by Manchester United. Leicester City was the team that owned him before, placed an £85 million price tag on him as a market value. And in order to purchase this player, that is what Manchester United needed to pay in order to have him on the team. However, that's just the market value. On top of this, he is paid £10 million a year just for a salary. So that's £85 million in order to get him on the team, and then £10 million every year in order to pay his salary in general. And this inflation was caused by something called oil money. So there are many oil company owners who began investing in the Premier League. And because they have so much money that they nearly do not know what to do with, they are willing to spend ridiculous amounts of money on players like these. For example, we have Harry Maguire, who was purchased for the equivalent of $110 million, and you have Paul Pogba, who was bought for $130 million. And in conclusion, the English Premier League is one of the oldest, and it is the most competitive soccer league in the world. This world-class league status was achieved through the special academies that every Premier League club develops, and it was also achieved through the transfer market and through player market value and the determination of their salaries. And I hope that this presentation could give you a little bit more of a taste of one of my favorite hobbies, watching soccer. Thank you.